Morning. Walking Wisdom, episode 13, Measures of Morality, 21 Measures of Morality, part 1. So it's a little bit earlier than I planned, but you know, life gets in the way of life. I had to do a few things before work. Yeah, but if you go over to patreon.com, that's patreon.com/Arro Wellness, ARRO Wellness, and pledge a little, then I can do this a lot more and have a lot more time on my hands. Yes, how are you all doing today? Yeah, so what I want to talk to you about today was basically how we measure our life against a set of measures that I created called the 21 Measures of Arro. Now, I've said it before, and it's better to be a tail to a tiger than a head to a baboon. Yeah, work that one out. But everything I talk about, all the philosophy of Arro and the morality that I'm going to talk about today, it's all underpinned by energy. I hope you can hear me well because there's a lot of wind. It's all underpinned by energy. And if you watch my last episode, episode 12, You Are the Creator, in that episode I talk about energy in a little more depth, and I talk about how we can create the environment around us. So everything I talked about today, every law, every rule, every regulation, every restriction, every concentrated focus that you put on your life to be a better person, that's because you are changing the energy around you. So not just changing the energy. I mean, you can call it, I've called it before, you can call it energy, your energy fields, you can call it karma, you can call it law of three, nature, God, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'll call it the astral light, and it's real, and it exists, and it can be manipulated for good or for bad. So it's imperative we live by the highest moral code. It's imperative, because if you're dealing in good energy, then good energy comes back to you. And that's why I said before, that's why I've written these 21 Measures of Arro. I think it's a good code of conduct for someone who wants to live as a good person to live by. So I mean, you need to practice humility, unselfishness, forgiveness, peace, admitting when you're wrong, when other people are right, admitting truth. These are basically what underpins the whole idea. But there's a great saying, and it's one of my favourite sayings. Morning, Tracy. And it's one of my favourite sayings, and it's bows that hang the lowest carry the greatest weight. Bows that hang the lowest carry the greatest weight. And what's meant by this is that for someone to become great, they've got to become low. They've got to practice humility, humbleness, be good to fellow men, walk with everyone for them to grow in character. I mean, you can interpret that kind of saying exactly how you want to interpret it, but yeah, that's what I take from it. I mean, and today I'm only going to talk about 3 measures of Arro. I'm not going to talk about all 21, and this is part 1, and I'm not going to do 3 in every single Walking Wisdom for the next like 5 weeks or whatever, 4 weeks. I'm just going to talk about 3 of them today. Probably talk about something else in the next Walking Wisdom and come back to them. But I mean, the first one is the first measure of Arro. It's a really important measure, and the first 3 really are all about energy. And the first one is, do nothing that you repent of in the future. So, do no action that will cause you to repent in the future. You know, a wise man becomes wise by being wise. That's a fact. And it's not. It is hard to judge sometimes what we're doing, if we will repent in the future of what we've done, regret what we've done. But if this makes you think more, about what you're doing, this this first measure nearly got run over, this first measure, then that's what the measures are all about. Yeah, the second measure I want to talk about is do nothing evil. Do nothing evil. And that means loving kindness to everything, every beast, every creature, everyone. Do nothing evil. I mean, you can interpret evil how you want to interpret it, but I see it as being unselfishly selfish. It's a paradox, being unselfishly selfish. And what I mean by that is, I mean, energy is a vehicle. You think of energy that you put out as a vehicle, you know? You might watch this vehicle drive away from you at any given time, but then it might turn around a corner and come straight back to you again. So that's a good analogy. But energy is a vehicle. So it's all about being unselfishly selfish. So what I mean by that is, by dealing in good energy, you're being unselfish because you're helping other people around you. But also by dealing in good energy, you're being selfish because you're helping yourself out at the same time. So I call it being unselfishly selfish. That's number 2. Do nothing evil. Number 3 in the Measures of Arro, and this ties in with the first 2 in a great way, is justice should be heard in your words and seen in your actions. Justice should be heard in your words and seen in your actions. And how do we achieve justice? To me, it's easy. You got to think about life as a balance. Life is a balance, and everything is 2 sides of the coin. And the 2 sides of the coin are mercy and judgment, love and severity. That's the 2 sides of the coin. And it's all about finding the balance, because mercy paired with justice, mercy paired with judgment equals justice. So I liken that to like a parent. It's a good way to think about it. Bringing up a child, you know, for a parent who's too relaxed, shows too much love, too much mercy to a child, the child becomes spoilt, becomes selfish, privileged. To a parent who shows too much severity, too much judgment, too much harshness to a child, the child goes the other way, you know, and become hard and cruel. And that child, you can use that as an analogy for yourself, for your life, and for everything around you, So number 3 is really important, I think. I mean, the first 2 are pretty common sense. Do nothing you regret and do nothing evil. But I think it's really important that we show justice in everything we do. So we judge by strict coherence to the code of conduct we've laid down for ourselves. 21 Measures of Arro is a great one. You don't have to use that. I want to go through these. It's up to you if you want to live by these, and you can take your own interpretation. But that's what I live by. So judgment is living with strict adherence to this code of conduct, and the mercy is showing love and kindness to everyone and everything around you and yourself. So yeah, justice should be seen at all times. Yeah. Another good parable. The serpent, it was asked, why is it that you poison other animals when most of the carnivorous animals kill for food? And the serpent replied, go ask the slanderer the same question. Just a short one today, guys. Got to go to work. ArroWellness.com, ARRO wellness.com. Walking wisdom at Arrow Fitness. That's my Twitter handle. It's great you could join me this morning, guys. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Have a great day.